Mabuhay everyone, Marches here. Welcome to the channel, and today I will be giving you my initial impression on the Jlin Ones. So I actually just got it 2 days ago and I actually tried it out earlier. I'll let you know what I think about the sneaker. So let's go. So before we start with my impression, I'll just give you some little detail and history or background about the sneaker in terms of aesthetics. Of course, the upper is made out of mesh upper with some fusing around the toe area, and there's a Jlin One in front of the toe box. And as for the lace loop, you can see there the 1 and the JL, which is Jeremy Lin, the 111. So this is the Jeremy Lin 1. That's why there's lots of 1. And you can see this lateral plate that's made out of TPU, which acts as lateral support. The cushion also goes up laterally to prevent your foot from sliding off the footbed when you're doing lateral cuts. Same goes with the medial part. The outsole also goes up, cradling your feet very nicely around the forefoot and midfoot part of the sneaker. And some more details about the Jlin Ones at the back or the heel part. The external plate that you can see here is JL7, and Jeremy Lin actually explained that it's not just JL7, it's actually walking on water from the Bible. So if you believe and trust God, impossible things or miracles can happen. You can walk on water, something like that. And as for the other side of the sneaker, you can see the 1 since Jlin One, but there's a little Easter egg here. It's not just 1, but it's a double 1, signifying 11. It has been 11 years since Jeremy Lin played pro basketball, and after 11 years, he finally got his signature sneaker. So that's one thing to know about the 1 symbol in the Jlin Ones. It's written around even on the lace loops. And as for the outsole, it has a circular pattern, that circular herringbone pattern. And at the pivot, you can see his logo. And in the middle, where it is also the midfoot shank for stabilizing and midfoot support, it has his signature. Let's talk about the upper first. It has a synthetic mesh upper, like I mentioned. It's pretty regular. What's nice about this is you don't need that much break-in time. You don't need that much breaking time for the upper because it's relatively thin, and right off the box, they are very soft already. They feel very comfortable, but it's just a standard mesh, and around the forefoot area where you can see the fusing, of course, for durability and support and for toe drag, so you won't destroy the materials around the toe area. They're pretty much thin and around the midfoot part. There's an underlying layer that's connected to the tongue, so it's like a half booty upper. What's nice about that is it doesn't move, and the tongue is well padded. I didn't feel any discomfort there, and it's a low cut sneaker. And of course, this plastic piece that you can see laterally, and there's also one medially. It helps in the design. It's like a water design at the same time, giving you extra support and durability laterally and medially. And moving on to the back part of the sneaker, where you can see this TPU plate that's external, and with the logo of Jlin, it acts as a heel cup for heel containment and lockdown. And as for the Achilles cushion, it's nicely padded, although it's not that thick, but I didn't experience any heel slippage around this area. Just tie your sneaker very nicely, and of course get the right size, which we will talk about later. And as for the insole, I'm kind of impressed with the insole. It is a high quality insole, and it gives extra comfort for impact protection, especially in the forefoot and heel. Given that this cushion setup is not too thick, it's really low to the ground. Now let's talk about the cushion of the Jlin Ones. It has full length dynamic foam. That's what Xtep is calling this. And dynamic foam is made out of eTPU. And if you heard eTPU, it is the same material used for boost, but this is not in the bead-like shape. It's just one full length eTPU foam. And at first, I was kind of skeptical because it was really thin and I was really close to the ground. And while I was just trying it out first, when it came here in my house, the cushion felt dead at that time. But however, after playing with them earlier, the cushion kind of softened up. I felt bounciness in it, even though it's a very thin slab of foam, I was kind of surprised by it. And of course, as for the heel, for the thin slab of heel cushion, it still compresses, which I was really surprised too. As you can see, the heel part of the cushion it's totally unlocked to give you more impact protection there, and it worked after breaking them in. I think when the foam really warms up, it will become softer eventually after playing with them, and this is exactly what happened in the Jlin ones. Even though the foam is really thin, I felt a bounce in the forefoot area and a good impact protection at the heel given how thin the cushion of the Jlin ones are. It's a very low profile sneaker. Court feel is great in this, and it is very responsive. I thought at first the dynamic foam will just be a dead foam, but after playing with them, it became softer. So you just really need to break it in, maybe an hour of playing with it. And after that, it felt great. And now let's talk about the outsole of the sneaker, which this is one aspect that I was kind of impressed because I played 2 days with the same court that was really dusty. And yesterday I played with my Hardens. My Hardens was not gripping at all in the floor, in that dusty floor. I was preparing myself that I would slide again all over the court with this sneaker, but this traction really held up. I don't need to wipe it regularly, even if the floor is dusty. Just a little wipe every now and then, and I'm good to go. And as for the rubber compound of the Jlin ones, it's a China brand sneaker. Usually the China brand sneakers have very hard rubber, and this is no exception. And you can play with this outdoor, and I especially love the outsole that kind of goes up in the middle side. So if you're trying to do some crossovers, you need traction around the middle part of the sneaker, you can use that. And the Jlin ones has a lateral outrigger, which is quite nice. It has a wide forefoot base for stability, which I felt when I was playing. The sneaker was very stable. And as for dust pickup, like I said, I was playing on a dusty court. It didn't pick up that much dust given the court condition that I was playing on. It was biting nicely on the floor even though it was dusty. Really impressed with the traction of the Jlin ones. And as for the heel-to-toe transition of the Jlin ones, it was pretty nice. It's kind of curved at the heel, and there's a nice forefoot curve for a nice heel-to-toe transition. It is very stable around the midfoot part, so I really like it. And as for spring back, there's a spring back to it, and it's not that stiff. And also, like I said in the beginning, the outsole goes up laterally and medially, creating your foot very nicely in the footbed. And as for sizing of the Jlin ones, it's kind of tricky. My only advice is similar to other China brands. Just go with your Euro size. Look for your Euro size and get that size instead of the US, because it varies from brand to brand. From Xtep, Anta, and Lining, they all have different sizes. So with this one, it's Euro 44, it's USA 9 for Xtep, while for Anta, Euro 44 is US 10. So it's kind of tricky. So I followed my Euro size, Euro 44, and this fits me very well. And for wide footers, I think this is a good wide foot sneaker. There's a little space on top of your forefoot area. So I think wide footers you can fit here. Wide footers, go half a size up from your Euro size. And as for the weight of the Jlin ones, I actually weighed it earlier. It's around 400 grams. It's a pretty minimal sneaker, so it's lightweight, which I like. And it's not bottom heavy. It has a nice balance to it for a low top sneaker. As for the price of the Jlin ones, it is right now on sale 5% less, 4,930 over at Shopee. I'll be putting the link in my description down below, and you can cop it there. There's a black and gold, this one, and the blue and white. So that's my unboxing and initial impression of the Jlin ones. Do you like them? I was really surprised on how it performs. I'm pretty impressed with it. It's a bang for your buck sneakers that really works. Let me know what you think about them. Hit me a comment down below. This has been Marches. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.